And as you can see on the right hand side where the Mark IV bombers have been running, there's a lot less random bricks. Obviously I haven't mined quite as far down. This time I have full confidence that the auto returners will work. And in fact, to prove that, I am going to stand here looking at you guys, because cool guys don't look back at explosions. No, we don't. They're not quite here yet. I may have started the recording a bit early. Oh, here they come. I am not at all feeling nervous that there is a row. I mean, we also have managed to free out the furnaces in sometimes, and they have just gone straight through and off into that direction over there. But the less we talk about that, the better. Here it comes. Moment of truth. And there they go back again. Yeah! Whoa! Yeah! Woo! Etc. etc. Okay.
Hello! In the last episode, I believe we finished something super important, but neither of us can remember what it was, so it was clearly incredibly important.
It wasn't the last episode. The last episode was...
The globe.
Technically, the last episode was actually the super smelter. There was a mini, globe finishing thing, which I put out there, which wasn't really an episode.
Okay.
And the super smelter was thoughts. We hadn't finished it. We haven't even started building it, really. Other people are building super smelters on the server. I don't think they're super.
Yeah, they are big, though. You've got to give them that.
They're big.
I mean Stitches is
128.
128 furnaces? That's pretty massive.
But not super.
I think that's pretty super. Unless, the server lags and the minecart goes over a boundary.
No, I have higher standards. I have higher standards. I want more interesting than just a whole bunch of furnaces in a row. If anyone can put a whole bunch of furnaces in a row, I want more. There are some quite cool auto refueling ones where it detects that fuel and then fires off the bamboo farm again. But we're going to be bigger. Get back here. Get back here. You get back here. So in today's episode, we were doing a thing, and Stitch is like, hey, this witch farm project that him and a guy called Sky started 5 months ago, how do we want to come and help blow stuff up? And I thought...
Blow stuff up?
Hell
yes!
Yeah! Hell yeah! Yeah. So, and this is when I need to budge the camera over, so we're going to swap to camera 2. The answer to making large-scale perimeters is, of course, flying machine bombers.
Yep.
And as you see from the video up here, we made a flying machine bomber. We call this the Mark III. I have recorded a lot of video. And the problem with this is that, as you can see the videos rolling here, we made 1, then we made 2 more, and then we made 4 more.
And then we made 18.
Yeah. And things it's good. It was fun. It was 2 weeks of blowing stuff up. But it doesn't make for good, entertaining videos. Because it's
also
been done
lag.
before. There was some lag. And I think I'm going to snip to show you the lag. The interesting lag here. So I wanted to particularly talk about the footage that we see here. This is the 18 array being triggered at once. It does cause some server lag. The bomber sets off, as you see here, all the TNT dupers. There is a bit of delay because we put a repeater in just so they don't all fire at the same time. But even then, you see the ones on the right look like they're further ahead than the ones on the left, and they can't be. They are definitely behind. So the first thing you notice is that the explosion trail begins to get further and further back from the TNT. So it's that far back because the TNT lands, but it's still got time left on it. But as it goes across, the distance between where the TNT is landing and the explosion actually increases. It actually gets like further laggy behind, possibly because the number of entities now in the world, number of falling items. The second thing is that you might notice there was 2 streams of TNT dropping, which is impossible. There's only one bomber, so why it looked like there were 2 sets, I'm not sure. Here you can see that TNT distance really now is maxed out, and also there is almost like 2 lines of TNT going off. At first I thought, this was some TNT being blown backwards by the forced explosion of the first one, but I don't think it is. I think it's actually server lag going on. There's a lot of chunk updates going on here, a lot of blocks being destroyed. We think this takes about 6 or 7 layers of blocks off in one go. The bombs are very close together, so we're not getting a lot of blocks left over. As you see there was a block there which I think gets left, but another TNT actually explodes it. It's very, very efficient. If there's a bit of water, a bit of lava, that can actually absorb it very efficiently. And that really sums up, you see these explosions still going off here. There's no reason the explosion should be still going off here. It's well further on. This is pure server lag now. I was talking to some people online about whether this was an interesting fact, whether this is a useful fact or anything, because we do sometimes find lag machines are useful when you want to force block things. Then comes the weird bit. It actually hits this wall. At this point, I think there's so much lag on the server at this point that the explosions basically stop processing. And 2 weird things happen. The first thing is that the explosion stops processing, so the last third quarter doesn't get blown up. But then the bombers come back, but then it's still dropping TNT. But these bombers don't drop TNT on the return journey. They're a one-way directional bomber only, so they fly it down, drop the TNT, fly back, not drop TNT. But as you'll see in a moment, they're definitely dropping TNT on the way back, but they shouldn't be. So it must be the server must know that a TNT duping's happened, hasn't processed that TNT duping, no idea what that glitch there was. Know that hasn't actually created TNT, and therefore knows it should have created TNT, so therefore creates it wherever that block is now, which is of course on its return path. So you get this very weird visual effect of TNT dropping without there actually being any TNT dropping. I have no idea whether that's a useful thing, whether that's a paper-only thing. It became quite an interesting discussion with one of the chaps like, these observations don't apply to vanilla because you're not on vanilla. So, well, no one runs vanilla servers because they just don't load. You couldn't do technical Minecraft on vanilla servers to any kind of scale. But yeah, the trick answer is don't run this many bombers at once. This is a pretty powerful server actually, and there's not a lot of people online when I ran this. And of course I was going to press the button and launch them all at the same time because you just have to. But I think running 6 at the same time is probably the maximum. So they're coming back here. Instead they're coming back here, there are now explosions going off on the way back, and it's just not going to happen. It's just not a thing. So I don't really know what the effects, the lag here, or when the blocks actually update. Basically, don't do this. That's the long and short of it. I'm going to say, and especially don't stand down there, and make sure your friends aren't down there when you run this as well. That's another big tip. Yeah, explosions down processing the way back. It doesn't really make any sense. So, anyway, I'm going to return you now to the studio. We need to talk about the throwaway comment Stitch made very early on in the project.
Yes. So he said that he had cleared out the lava, himself and, what is it, Sky?
Many hours spent going over all the place.
All of it.
No more lava.
None
Anywhere inside the area.
All gone.
Yeah.
Gone.
He is a big fat liar.
Yeah.
Now, I accept that everywhere he looked, there was no lava. There was a lot of lava.
There was a lot of lava.
There still is a lot of lava. There is so much lava. And you know what? I wouldn't have minded. Like, we went into this project saying, yes, we're not going to build the World Eater with the movie army thing which sweeps up water and lava. We're not going to do that.
That was tried. I think that was tried, and it was unsuccessful on this particular edition of the server.
It was too big. They built it too big.
Yeah,
that was the issue. So, also they built it on the old server before the upgrade. That
Yes.
definitely wasn't going to work.
No.
So he was like, "There's no lava. You don't need to worry about it." And then every time we find lava, all I can sit there thinking is, "Stitch, there was no lava. Stitch, look at all this lava. There's no lava." How many times did I die in the lava? How many times did you die in the lava?
I did not actually.
coming for you, Stitch.
I guess
We're
my
coming for you, Stitch,
totem,
Stitch.
my totem went off. I didn't actually die per se, but yeah, it was a lot of love.
We are going to come for you, Stitch, and we're going to hold this against you for a long, long time. Your name is now Stitch.
Expect white chocolate chips in your cookies.
Wow. I mean, just wow. So anyway, we blew stuff up. That pretty much is it for this episode. Nothing else happened apart from us building big explodey thingies and then filling in lava and then dying a bit.
I'm dying a bit. Yeah.
Yeah. And thanks to Ash and Stitch. I mean, Stitch did provide us with a lot of the materials. Ash did a lot of the water clearing.
He was fantastic with the water clearing.
I
I think he did the majority of that, including an ocean himself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. If you like this episode, please hit like. We're gonna have a bit of a break from Witch Farm Project.
After we present to you the giant hole we made in the earth.
And the other half of it has stuff to be done.
I know.
Right.
I know.
But I'm building, like, the first bomber took me, like, a while to build because of server mechanics.
I think now we've slimmed it down as well, and we can fit them quite tightly together. We're going to have to do less cleanup, which is going to make the second half a lot faster.
And I built 18 of them in, like, 45 minutes. So
Yeah.
they build rather rapid now. So the next lot are going to be built, and boom, 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 and, like, explosions everywhere.
Yeah.
Okay. And also there's a ton of content that I'm not going to show. You named every single bomber.
I did, yeah.
When we went through and we showed them all to the viewer,
Yeah.
and it was
They were all exactly the same.
it was a bit dry.
Yeah,
the
it was.
content. Do you want to very briefly tell the viewers what you named the bombers?
I
after?
named them all after whiskies.
And you're so passionate about that, you leap onto the desk.
I am. And you can see my dinosaur feet when I do. Rah! Rah! Stop. Puny human!
It has been a long couple of weeks doing
It
bombers.
really has.
So we're going to have a break. We're going to go and do something. And then, yeah. Bye. If you want to see more, hit like, hit subscribe. We will be back. I'm trying to do one in a week. I didn't want to do one last week, but I did technically do 1.5 a week before. So, you know. Bye.
Psst. Hey guys. You need to click this button here. Yeah, this one. Right
No.
here.
You did click this button right here. This one.
What?
This one.
No, don't listen to him. Click this one.
No,
This one
we'll
here.
click this one. This one.
This
No,
one.
you need to be clicking this one.
He's wrong. You're wrong.